like Barbara, he refused to meet my eye. That's correct. The Amsels were rumored to be at the head of the child abduction ring. After tracking down their former address in South Beach, I'd started asking around the neighborhood about them. Not a lot of people offered up information, and a few doors got slammed in my face. Either they didn't know anything, or they didn't want to get involved. Probably a little of both. After going to a few local businesses, mainly bars and restaurants where people are usually willing to talk, someone pointed me in the direction of Leonard Cullman. I was told by the cashier of Ocean Deli Market, a former hangout of Leonard's, that he was a past employee of the Amsels. I watched as Leonard drank half the glass in one gulp. His liver-spotted hands were trembling. Nerves or alcoholism? When at last he looked me directly in the eyes, I saw they had a yellow tint. The latter, then. Or both. "What you need to know about the Amsels?" he asked, before draining the rest of his whiskey. I pulled out a picture of Mallory and slid it down the bar to him. At the time the picture was taken, she was 2 years old. She had long red hair and green eyes and was wearing a princess costume. I tapped the photo. "I'm looking for this girl. She was kidnapped 6 years ago. Her name is Mallory Scott, and I think the Amsels had something to do with it. I was told that you were employed with them around that same time. Does she look familiar to you?" Leonard studied the photo and licked his lips. "Pretty little thing." I felt my stomach tighten. I didn't like the way he looked at the photo. Leered at it was more like it. Disgusted, I snatched the picture back. "Do you recognize her or not?" He shook his head. "Not that one." "What do you mean, not that one?" "I mean, I don't recognize her specifically. You know, the Amsels were foster parents for a lot of children. They were good people. Opened their doors to help their community in any way they could." "I was told that you—" I hesitated, choosing my words carefully. "Had knowledge of illegal activity that went on in the Amsel household. Can you tell me what you witnessed?" Leonard looked away, then lifted his emptied glass to his lips and threw his head back to drain whatever stray drops might remain. When he'd set the glass down again, he licked his lips and sighed. "Listen, Dirk was good to me, once upon a time. He hired me when no one else in this bloody forsaken town would. I owe a lot to that man." "Hired to do what?" Leonard laughed and pointed to his uniform. "Well, I ain't no chef. I worked with the maintenance crew." "Look, I'm just going to be straight with you here." I leaned forward and propped my elbows on the bar. "The Amsels may have been involved with a child abduction ring. I don't care about getting you in trouble. I just want to help my friend find her little girl. Anything that you can tell me about this, or if you can point me to someone who can, I would greatly appreciate it." "Greatly appreciated, huh?" Leonard cast a glance my way, sending shivers up my spine. "I've been out of work since the Amsels skipped town a few months ago. All they left me was these coveralls. Nobody wants to hire an old fool like me, and a decent meal's hard to come by these days. My piddly Social Security check only gets me so far, you know." I got the drift. Reaching into my pocket, I pulled out a 20 and slid it over the sticky bar to him. "This better be worth it." "Not to be ungrateful or anything, but what I'm about to tell you is worth a little more than $20. Leonard smiled smugly. I sighed and pulled out another 20 and laid it in front of him, grateful I had gone to the ATM before meeting him. "It's all I got." Leonard pocketed both the 20s. "Ellen ran the operations side of things. As far as I know, Dirk had little to do with her business. He was retired and spent his days on the golf course." "I need more than that. What kind of operations? What business?" "Hold your horses, pretty lady, I'm getting there." Leonard signaled Barbara for another round, then sighed. "Okay, Ellen would have me run these errands for her. Picking up the packages is what she would call it. Every Friday I would go to this attorney's office in Coral Gables and pick up a fat manila envelope. One day, curiosity